up to you whether you want to watch it or not. It's a spectacle of just awful movie making.
Yeah.
Some random guy created a list on IMDb entitled Biggest Celebrity D-Bags, and Vince Vaughn comes in at number 12, right above Harrison Ford.
Who's number 1?
Charlie Sheen. This list was made in 2013.
Yeah.
Oh, that seems about right.
Well, I guess kind of, I rate like Vince Vaughn as the more like just a guy, because I can't see Vince Vaughn being allowed to like make just an absolutely dogshit movie just based on his like reputation.
Yeah.
Right. He doesn't have
like,
a production company that he owns himself and just like films all of his friends in these awful movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler does.
Yeah.
Like
just essentially vacations.
Let's pretend David Spade is still relevant, and also let's pretend that he's 20 so he can date a 20-year-old.
Yeah, and also we're going to keep putting Rob Schneider in our films for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
That's pretty uncool.
It's the biggest crime here.
I bet on this top 13, official top 13, like, there have been polls and polls, and no, the guy who made it isn't J Barnes-10. This is science. You will never guess the back-to-back hit of 8 and 9.
Let me see. Douchebags. Are these all men?
Douchebags?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with something really out there.
Were these generally all people who were alive at this time?
Yes. One of them.
So Marlon Brando is Wilson.
I'll give you a hint. Both television stars. One of them, I believe, still on television.
Bryan Cranston.
No.
No way.
Okay.
Doesn't that guy actually have a reputation of being like a really great guy?
Yes, but he was just the first television person I thought of.
Fair enough.
Is one of them Chevy Chase?
No.
Oh, Chevy Chase has got to be on there, right?
Chevy Chase weirdly is not on this.
That's so surprising.
Because he should be like top 3.
Yeah, he should be in his own list. Worst Chevy Chases.
Wow, I looked up Rob Schneider for some stupid reason, and apparently he is 5'3".
Explains a lot. Also, weirdly, not on this list.
Yeah. Well, it's because people pity him because he's just a sad sack of a human.
Douchebag. That's like such a specific kind of like vibe.
Tim, if I may correct you, it's D-bags.
Oh, D-bag. Okay.
D-bags. Owen and Luke Wilson.
Why them?
I don't know, because you said 8 and 9, so I just thought they were brothers or something.
Neither of the Wilsons are on this.
People like Owen Wilson, too.
Okay, I'll give you the first one, and you will not guess the second one. Coming in at number 8, Kelsey Grammer.
He's Kelsey Grammer?
Yeah, I think he's known for being kind of a...
Here is the author's personal commentary. Grammer is one of the most overrated actors to ever grace the small screen. I was never a fan of his Frasier character. I just didn't like the show. It wasn't funny. His roles since have been less than successful, and he's just such a pompous ass. Have you ever watched an interview with him? He is as annoying as hell. Ugh.
I think he is known for being kind of Frasier-ish in real life.
Is the author on this list?
Number 14, actually.
Okay, good. Because I was like, this sounds like somebody who needs attention.
Did you get what you needed, by the way, on?
I need 1 spike.
Okay, so let's all aim for the back this time, I guess.
Yeah, I've got everything else but the spike.
Anyway, coming in at number 9 is the host of Survivor, Jeff Probst.
I don't know who that is, even.
I don't either. I never would have guessed
Survivor,
that.
Jeff Probst. And no, he's some dude.
Yeah, he's just a guy like
Number
Vince
9.
Vaughn.
Probst is a double dip DB. The Survivor host, if you call that a job, had a long-term affair with the wife of super sweet Mark Paul Gosselaar. That's okay, rude. Now the next sentence that the author writes here, I am not saying this. The slut left Mark, her husband of 13 years, and Probst divorced his wives, but had the balls to take the slut to award shows while both were still legally married.
This does sound like IMDb in the year 2013.
Yeah,
Mm,
really cleaned up their act since Amazon bought it.
yeah, I really just.
Gross.
You can tell it's old when people use slut a ton because that's
Yeah.
such a disgusting word.
Yeah, it's very gone in a good
Yes,
way now.
it has been exiled from the lexicon, thankfully.
Like, unfortunately, back then, like, a pretty alright guy and or gal could say the word slut, and you'd just kind of be like, cringe a little bit.
Yeah.
Now an okay person would not say that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is,
I can't remember the last time I've actually like said that word
yeah.
outside of just like how we were just saying it.
It would have to be like early high school, maybe.
Yes.
I've always been very sensitive to like those kind of words. So
We get it. You're a good person.
sorry, I don't know.
Asshole.
I just like
Number 15 on the list,
Thank you,
Jordan.
Chris.
The king of conch Oilers himself.
Biggest
Yeah.
D-bag in Hollywood.
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think if I've like ever.
The last
No.
time I used that word, aside from that quote, is absolutely in relation to slut shaming being bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the
Well,
term
it's one of those
slut
things where,
shaming.
like, you said this list was released in 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it definitely was like a word where like it was not. I think it was pretty like iffy in 2013. Is kind of what I'm getting at. Like
It was
as I like
really
puff
on
up
the
my
way
own.
up.
Yeah. It was on the fringe.
Yeah, as I puff myself up, like it was a word where like you had to be very careful about it. Even.
I imagine, yeah, like I was saying, maybe early high school. That would have been like 2010 or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
because
was it?
Even the term slut shaming is like it's like a weird backhanded like
Yeah, because you're like insinuating that they're still
like
that.
they are
But
they
it's
are
not,
a slut, but
it's not bad to be
it's
one.
not a bad thing.
I mean, it's just general trying to make the culture a more like sex positive one, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, I started watching 30 Rock as well, and there's like some weird, like just casual transphobia in a way that I'm like, this was like, I
Yeah.
guess 2009. The world has fucking changed.
Yeah.
That's
Casual
a
transphobia was like
yeah.
literally the punchline for so many
For
years.
so
Well-
many movies and TV shows.
That's like a Tina Fey show, and I think Tina Fey started to get a lot of criticism for actually being kind of a Tina Fey during that period. Like a lot of her work has a lot of casual transphobia and like casual like Asian, like weird Asian like racism. Like, I think that part was kind of gross.
You became like a mumble man.
I was gonna say it kind of sounded like you were talking into water.
You kind of sounded like a SoundCloud rapper.
Little little pump.
Yes. Well, am I clear now?
Lil Gunt.
Yeah.
Little gunt.
Little gunt. There we go, guys.
Anyway, what I was trying to get at was that I think people are starting to like look back on like Tina Fey's like late 2000s, early 2010s like comedy career as being sort of questionable in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I understand that, but I also feel like it would be unfair to single exclusively her out.
Oh,
Oh
I
yeah. I
agree.
mean, she's not the only culprit for sure.
Yeah, she's like part of a bigger issue, and
Yeah.
like she still has a career. Like I don't think like she's not canceled or anything. But I've seen a lot of like kind of recent criticism for like that show and like Kimmy Schmidt. It's like there was like some
Yeah.
really like weird scenes in those shows, and like looking back on it, are like, oh yeah, that would be okay though.
Hmm.
Kimmy Schmidt is a weird fucking show.
Is it a good show? Like,
People liked it.
I watched,
and I think
like-
people continue to like it, but it's strange.
I watched
Yeah.
like 3
Again,
seasons
wasn't
of it
that
in
also
college.
produced by Tina Fey?
It was definitely a Tina Fey show in some.
Yeah, I was
bubbles.
gonna say I thought she like produced it or something, maybe or had some role in it.
Chris, what were you saying?
I watched like the 3 seasons of it that were out when I was at some point in college, and I was like, yeah, this is enjoyable, and then never continued watching it.
Oh. I feel like it was a show that people cared about for a few seasons and then like never talked about it.
Yeah, and I got in like right before it kind of just like took
Dipped
the
out.
back seat.
Mhm.
Because I am tuned into the culture, and I just knew it's now or never.
I almost feel like I remember I used to look up things like what are regarded as like the best comedy films. Like maybe I should watch some of them because maybe they'll be funny. And I remember very, very consistently, like top of the 2000s, like was 40-Year-Old Virgin. Like people thought that was the funniest movie of the mid 2000s.
Tim, he's a virgin and he's 40 years old. That's fucking hilarious.
And everything I've ever heard about it sounds miserable.
Yeah.
I've never watched
It's a
it.
Judd Apatow movie.
That was like the king of comedy for a good, probably like 7 or 8 years ago.
Jordan, I don't know if you heard this bit Northern Lion said on a recent daily episode of Binding of Isaac, but he's like, I randomly just started watching 40-Year-Old Virgin because it was on TV or something, and they were like making fun of Steve Carell's character because his idea of like a good night was just like making a nice meal and watching a movie. And he's just like, they were like, he was making fun of them. They were making fun of him because he was like 40, and I'm like, I'm 32, and that sounds delightful.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of why that movie sounds so awful.
Well, and I think that movie gets like, even though I like don't think it's a terrible movie, it gets a lot of just like kind of criticism. Where it's just like Steve Carell's character seems like a cool dude. Like he's just kind of living his life. He seems fine. Like
Let him chill.
yeah.
No, his societal worth is only based on whether he has had sex or not.
It's true. Throw him in a fucking volcano. We have to
Something
kill
that-
Steve Carell.
Something that like no one even needs to know about you
Yeah,
because it's that irrelevant.
I know.
I'm going to kill Steve Carell.
Hey, there we go.
You heard it here first.
Good bounce back.
Get my account deleted on YouTube. Parody TM, parody satire, it's satire PMTM.
Yeah, see,
he'll do it. He's crazy.
copyright, trademark registered.
AMPM,
AMPM.
AMFM.
Mm-hmm.
ACDC, Akadaka.
I got a Rathian plate.
I don't know, but then I feel like all those top comedy movies are also just, you know, watch Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of that too.
Are
Which
you
is
kidding?
fair.
Yeah. Basically, just watch Blazing Saddles, watch Young Frankenstein, watch History of the World Part 1, you're set, and Spaceballs.
I haven't watched History of the World Part 1 yet.
I haven't either.
It's very funny.
I don't think I've watched any
Fucking,
of them.
okay, actually, never mind. We can't trust the AFI for jack shit.
Yeah. All right, what about it?
I just wanted to pull up AFI's like top 10 comedies or something, and the page went to animation first, and Shrek is the 8th best animated movie of all time according to the American Film Institute.
All right, let's go through this list. Let's like count down 10 to 1.
For
Like,
animation,
Yeah, sure. Why not?
number 10, Finding Nemo, a fine film.
Sure. All right.
Number
Sure, fair
9,
enough.
Cinderella.
All right. Yeah.
Historical. Number 8, Shrek. Number 7, Beauty and the Beast. Not a bad movie. Number 6, Toy Story. Number 5, Fantasia. Number 4, The Lion King. Number 3, Bambi. Number 2, Pinocchio. Number 1, Snow White.
Oof.
It's a very strange list.
Sounds like an 86-year-old who made the list.
The American
does.
Film Institute.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are American films, at least?
I don't know if the AFI necessitates that it has to be American. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, though.
Those definitely are all American.
They definitely are.
Shrek has been selected for preservation in the National Film Registry.
Well, listen, Shrek is actually a good movie.
Yes,
No,
it
I
is.
think Shrek's a perfectly fine movie.
It's just spiraled out of anyone's thought of what it would be.
What's a fine movie?
But yeah, we watched Pinocchio in film school as our animated film that we were going to watch, and I'm like, fucking Pinocchio?
Yeah.
But
Hey.
after we watched it, I'm like, okay, this movie sucked, and I didn't like care about any of the characters or anything that happened in it, but I am just like awestruck at how well animated it is from when it came out. It's like astonishing.
Hey,
But that's about it.
ignore the animation one. I have a more buck wild list.
All right, here it comes.
AFI's fantasy genre. Number 10. You know it, you love it. The most fantastical film there is. Big, featuring Tom Hanks.
Oh my god.
Oh
Wait.
no!
As fantasy?
As fantasy.
I think
love when he
fantasy. This might just be genre fiction.
Yeah.
Number 9.
Like-
I love when he gets isekai'd onto the big piano.
I love when child Tom Hanks and adult Tom Hanks' body wants to fuck a woman.
Yes, I love
And
that.
that's it.
Fantasy. Number 9. I've never heard of it. It's from 1924. It's The Thief of Baghdad.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Birth of a Nation.
I've heard of Birth of a Nation. Number 8. Everyone's favorite fantasy movie, Groundhog Day.
Hey, good movie.
I mean,
So is this just fiction?
Yeah, I think this might just be like genre fiction.
Number 7.
Because
Again, I've never heard of it. Harvey, 1950.
I've heard of Harvey. It's an old like Jimmy Stewart movie.
Number
where like
6.
it's this
Field
guy
of Dreams.
who like anyway, yeah.
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams. I don't think it made sports. Let me scroll back up. You know, Field of Dreams is not one of the top 10 sports movies of all time, but it
Movie
is.
about building a baseball field.
But
in
it is the
corn.
6th best fantasy movie of all time.
huh.
Not even that good of a movie. Like, it has some good scenes, but like overall, it's just a very strange and flat movie.
That's kind of what I've gathered. I don't remember much from it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just got like some very iconic scenes in it, but the in between is just bleh.
And then in the top 5, we have 4 movies that were made before 1948. Miracle on 34th Street, King Kong, It's a Wonderful Life, and number 1, which is The Wizard of Oz. And then number 2, Fellowship of the Ring.
So, I mean, Fellowship was American, I believe, right? Because whoever produced it or whatever the fuck.
I think it was an American production in New Zealand by a New Zealand director.
Yeah. So maybe those are all American again?
Yeah, it has to be.
Because if not, I mean, these are rough.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? You know what will be the perfect indicator is go to Best Westerns.
If there's a
Let's see.
Kurosawa.
If there's a Leone, then
Yeah. Made by Italians.
yeah. I assume there is a Best Westerns list.
Yes, I was just... I don't recognize like any of these because I don't know anything about Westerns, so I was just scrolling through
Forgiven's
directors.
probably going to be on there.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go 10 to 1 again. 10, Cat Ballou. 9, Stagecoach. 8, McCabe and Mrs. Miller. 7, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I've heard of that one. 6, The Wild
Yeah.
Bunch. 5, Red River. 4, Unforgiven. 3, Shane. 2, High Noon. 1, The Searchers.
Okay.
I heard of 3 of those.
Yeah,
I've heard
so
a couple of those.
none of those are Leone films, so I do think this is specifically American.
Yeah,
'cause you
so I'm
can't
looking
not
up-
have the good, the bad, and the ugly on there.
Yeah.
So on their Wikipedia page, it states that the purpose is to educate filmmakers and honor the heritage of the history of cinema in the United States.
Okay.
So
But also,
it does seem to be
Searchers
an
is one
American.
of the most miserably awful movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
Anyway, this webpage doesn't even have fucking comedies on it, which is why I clicked.
And what movie did you say was really bad?
The number 1 Western of all time, The Searchers. is
I've
horrible.
never even heard of it.
It is
Oh, it's
supposedly,
movie.
yeah, it is for some reason like the most influential Western of all time, especially on fantasy and especially on Star Wars. And it's awful. Like, we watched it in school, and I'm like, oh my god, I cannot believe how horribly this holds up in every conceivable way. It's just those gat dang Indians steal away a woman, and he's got to go get her back, and he does.
John Wayne's got to go shoot him up.
Is it yeah, that is a John Wayne movie, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was supposedly seen as forward thinking because the Native American cast who all gets murdered were actually played by some Native Americans.
Oh, wow.
So they like fantasy murdered real Native Americans this time. Great,
Instead of white people painted to look like Native Americans.
correct. Yeah, it was awful.
I haven't even heard of this movie.
That's okay. There's good reason for that, but for some reason, it's like the most influential film ever. I don't get it. I think it might have been one of the first to like use Monument Valley and like really have that wide open desert western kind of look to it or something. I don't know. I'm just like pulling at straws. But
I mean, yeah, that would make sense.
I feel like
I thoroughly hated it.
I'm surprised Citizen Kane hasn't been the top of every single list, no matter genre. People just like to kill themselves over that movie.
Is Shawshank the top prison movie based in Ohio?
Seems like you're getting a bit specific here.
I don't think I trust. I pulled up a BBC list that's like, we interviewed critics to come up with the 100 greatest comedies of all time, and I don't think I trust critics to tell me about comedy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Number 1, Some Like It Hot. Number 2, Doctor Strangelove. Number 3, Annie Hall, which I've never heard of.
No,
That's a Woody. No,
what's it
that's
called? Woody Allen.
It is a
movie.
Woody Allen.
Woody Allen movie. Yeah.
cancel.
He's like, I love women who are younger than me. The movie.
Oh, fun.
Oh, yeah, Owen, did you check if you can make your sword?
Yes, I made it.
Oh, cool. All right, let's do maybe one more, and then I'm signing off.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Fair enough. Big Lebowski is on BBC's list at number 11 for you, Jordan.
Yeah, that's a solid movie.
Is it? They were born.
I guess it's a comedy. I mean, primarily.
The Big Lebowski is definitely a comedy. It doesn't.
Through a certain lens, can be viewed as a comedy.
It's like,
Well,
this is why I don't trust comedians, because it's like, I'm sure Big Lebowski is a very good movie. It's not like one of the 11 funniest movies of all time, right? No one's ever like, that movie is a fucking riot.
Yeah, I think it's the issue is that like it's hard to define the Big Lebowski as a comedy, but it's harder to define it as anything else. So it just is a comedy.
Isn't that just
Yes.
kind of the lane the Coens existed?
As you all
Yeah.
remember,
It's just like, well, this movie, a lot of people died, and it was very dark, and I feel miserable. But you know, it's hard. You can't really call it a drama, so I guess it's a comedy.
at the Golden Globes, hilarious romp Get Out was nominated for Best Comedy. So,
Right, because the Golden Globes is firmly drama and other movies.
yes. Because comedy is lumped in the same genre as musical.
Yeah.
So, Get Out was the best comedy and or musical.
It's like 60 years ago, one guy saw Singing in the Rain and was like, wait a second.
Give this movie an award.
And I like Singing in the Rain a lot.
A lot of people really love that movie.
It's just
What is
really,
it?
Yeah.
it's just really good. Like, it's entertaining. It's a little funny. It has some excellent choreography, fun musical numbers.
There's a there's just like an actress who's like really famous, but she can't sing, so they get someone else to dub over her singing.
Correct, and that's like the whole conceit of the movie is then that scheme falling apart around them, basically.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, but the girl who's not as pretty sings really well, and she becomes famous in her own right, kind of thing.
Something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
the plot doesn't matter at all to me. Like it's just
Right.
it's just fun.
I mean, you don't really watch musicals for the plot.
Exactly. You watch it because Gene Kelly and the other guy do a really fun tap routine while making fun of the guy teaching them diction.
Yeah. Is Fred Astaire in that movie?
Yeah, I think it's Gene Kelly and
Is
Fred
it him
Astaire,
and Gene Kelly? Okay.
which is like, damn, they were just like, we'll just get like the two biggest triple threats
Largest.
in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Every single time I've posted a quest, I've had to post it twice after waiting for it to fail the first time.
It's fucked up. Oh, I love this guy.
Oh. Hunt a ghost herring.
What a gross
That's a gross
herring.
herring.
Gross Harold. He's not a monster. I just hate him.
Never mind. It is not Fred Astaire. Gene Kelly, Debbie Reynolds, Donald O'Connor, Gene Hagen, Millard Mitchell. Yeah. So the three main characters:
Okay.
Gene Kelly, Debbie Reynolds, Donald O'Connor.
I don't think I remembered that Debbie Reynolds was in that movie.
I think the first and last time I saw that film was like 20 years ago.
Yes, when we randomly went through that musical phase with mom and dad.
Yeah.
It's one of my
You watch-
mom's favorites, so we watch
Mhm.
every couple years.
See, our mom's favorite was Sound of Music, which is your least favorite.
Correct.
Mhm.
Every day.
Which, like, maybe a little unwarranted, but
Yeah, but like, listen, when I gotta commit.
Mhm. It's better than Bye Bye Birdie.
very much better than Bye Bye Birdie.
Was
Fucking
Bye Bye
hate that
Birdie one of the
musical.
musicals that you guys did in high school?
No,
No, we had to watch it.
we watched it because mom had it on VHS, and it was just, it's just like very meh 50s bullshit, pretty much.
Yeah, it's not a good movie.
It's
Or
like a
musical.
town that's obsessing over like a pop, like an Elvis type pop star that's
Birdie.
coming to town.
Mhm.
I don't
him.
think, I don't remember who Birdie is.
Yeah, he's the guy, I think.
That's
Like
the one
Elvis
thing I
type
know
guy.
about that musical. Is there's a
Okay.
pop star
And
guy
that-
named Birdie.
The dad is obsessed with the Ed Sullivan Show.
Oh no, I'm having a Chris moment.
Oh,
no.
I just passed that.
I'm glad it's finally happened to anyone else.
Why?
Right? You're like, I have landed.
Go 1 foot to the right.
Don't.
I know. But it's like it keeps auto putting me in
Yes.
this situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
You land on the top and then it teleports you down to the bottom.
It's like, he's like already climbing back up again before I could do anything. I just pointed the stick slightly right, and he went far enough right at some point that it worked out.
Is
Well,
this
I just,
Gross
like-
Harold?
This is Gross Harold.
You are not
Harold.
No, you
I
are.
just-
That is the Barry off.
I hate him.
One of the American Film Institute's top 50 best comedy actors of all time. He died in 1846.
Wow.
Gross Harold.
Gross Harold. Also a pitcher for the Cleveland Spiders.
Gotta love old timey baseball names.
Yeah.
Also sold snake oil.
Yeah,
They should've
baseball
done
didn't
that
pay
for
enough back then.
Cleveland Spiders.
So I'm only taking it back to baseball for a split second because I think you guys will find these names funny. So the guy who pitched the no-hitter in his first career start is one of 4 players to ever do it, and 2 of them are pre-1900.
Jesus.
One of them's so the most recent person to do it besides this guy who did it like 3 days ago is Bobo Holloman. And then the next one was in 1894, pitched by Bumpus Jones.
Bumpus!
You gotta be shitting me. So anyone was named Bumpus?
I'm sure it was a nickname, but no one cared to elaborate and say what his actual name was. So there's also Mordecai Three Feet.
Finger like is it yeah.
I will
Mordecai
die for Bumpus.
Mordecai Three Finger actually had 3 fingers, fun fact.
No. Did you say 3 finger on?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you said 3 feet.
Good old Mordecai 3 feet brown.
I'm like, I don't know how that relates to baseball in any capacity.
Yeah.
No, Bill Veck wasn't in charge
Yeah, he
of
wasn't
baseball
alive
yet.
yet.
He used his extra foot to just touch all three bases at the same time.
Wow, that's an impressive foot.
Oh no! One, at
Mordecai
least someone would
3
be
feet.
out for passing the base runner. Two, what is his leg situation?
Mordecai 3 feet is actually an eldritch monstrosity. The first in baseball.
Finally, breaking the final barrier.
They got in before black people did.
Oh no! Now I won't play with Jackie Robinson.
Well, Mordecai 3 feet?
That Mordecai,
90-foot feet.
that guy I can't even conceive of visually.
90 feet, it's not even his legs, it's just his feet that are that long.
90-foot feet.
90-foot feet.
Good lord.
90-foot, 4
I love
90-foot, 3 feet brown.
I love Mordecai 3 feet.
I hate his racist teammates.
Yeah, I mean, they suck. I've never heard anything about Mordecai, though. I heard he's a class act.
Mm.
Babe Ruth of his
did.
time. 60
Yeah.
years before Babe Ruth was born.
Babe Ruth should have just been Bumpus Ruth. I think that would have really rolled off the tongue.
Yeah.
I mean, we're saying this about a guy whose name is Babe. Like,
George Herman Bumpus
Yeah, I was gonna
Ruth.
say, is it George Herman Bumpus?
It's awkward because there's also another baseball player named George Herman Ruth, but he didn't get called Babe.
Was he bad? Was it because he was bad?
I,
What if
people-
all
I
of this
don't know.
time it was actually just an accounting error, and it's like, well, the two of them combined did these things.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite stats of all time. Is like when you ask like which pair of brothers has the most home runs in the history of baseball, and it's like Hank and like Hal Aaron, and Hank Aaron has 755 home runs, and Hal Aaron has like 20.
well, that's the joke at the NHL with
Yep.
Wayne and Brett Gretzky,
Oh,
where they are the scoringest siblings to ever exist, because Gretzky scored 2,000 some odd, and Brett scored 4.
Oh, I thought you said Gret, as in his brother's name was Gret Gretzky.
Oh, that would have his parents missed an opportunity.
No, Brett. But they are the scoringest in, I think, the playoffs. In the regular season, they are not the scoringest siblings because there's a group of 6 siblings who have scored more points than them.
Yeah, they're the highest scoring pair, but the
Yeah.
Sutter family is just absurd. Oh, you climbed. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I didn't know you could do that. Fall down. Fall down. Fall down.
Hey, come on down here, bro.
Fall down, dude.
He's just flailing around up there.
Just running against the edge that he just climbed up. Fucking Bumpus.
Bumpus, gross Bumpus Harold.
Gross Bumpus Harold Babe Ruth.
Yeah, old baseball names are the absolute best. I don't know how. I mean, naming like nicknames just were different back then. Fuck. He like punched me off of the cliff.
I think he got you in the Wombo combo.
Get Bumpus.
Yeah.
This is just a bad place to try to fight someone. Unfortunately,
And it's all Chris's fault.
I
Yeah.
didn't. He could climb.
I was gonna say anything. That was all you.
Did you guys know Bumpus could climb?
I mean, we have to assume Bumpus can climb.
Guess it's unfair of me to assume he can't.
He's a 19th century baseball player. Yeah, he definitely can climb. He cut his teeth climbing trees in, I don't know, fucking like bumfuck Ohio.
It's the clown.
That's why he's good at baseball, because he climbed a lot when he was a kid.
Cleveland Bumfucks should have been their rebrand.
Yeah.
Be more accurate.
Would have been better.
So I'm looking up currently as I try and get back to where we were. You guys will probably kill it before I even get there. I'm looking up the 40 greatest baseball names of all time.
Thank you.
So number 40 is Boots Poffenberger.
That's number 40. That's at the bottom of the list.
That's a very good start.
Played from 1937 to 1939. And then we have in 39th place Pretzel Pizzulo.
Pretzel Pizzulo?
Oh man,
That's a fucking Italian mobster.
Yeah, give me some Pretzel Pizzulo.
Pretzel's gotta take him out back, give him the old Pizzulo, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. So he also played in the 30s.
Take the pretzel.
Number 38 is Pete Lecoq.
all right, that's worse.
Yeah,
Gonna ask you to Pete Lecoq.
Who played primarily for the Chicago Cubs in the 70s. And then we have Mordecai Three Finger Brown at 37.
Yeah, solid.
1903 to 1916. Played for the listen to these team names. So the St. Louis Cardinals, Chicago Cubs, Cincinnati Reds, St. Louis Terriers, Brooklyn Tip Tops, and the Chicago Whales. Probably
Those aren't in here.
So those are probably teams that were part of like some now defunct
League.
Midwestern League of Good Baseball Playing Gentlemen.
36th place is Bunny Brief of the Brief family fortune.
My favorite iteration of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah. Pizzulo and Mordecai Three Finger Brown.
Which is apparently, did you know that League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is a fucking Alan Moore joint?
Yes.
Yep.
That's so weird to me.
You know.
You know that League of Extraordinary Gentlemen ruined Sean Connery's career and he never acted again?
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
He died.
I mean, it was a bad movie.
It's mostly because he hated it so much.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking stupid.
I think he turned down Lord of the Rings to be in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh
yeah.
no.
He could have been Gandalf.
Dawn.
So I'm gonna. So man, what a name. So this guy.
Uh-oh. You are being sucked into the Matrix as we speak.
The people don't want to. They don't want
They
the
don't
people.
want you to know.
They don't want the people to know.
We can't know number 37.
God, he's dead.
He's completely, entirely dead.
Okay, am I better?
Not really.
No? Fuck.
Okay, now you are.
Oh, okay.
Just have the most inconsistent mic on the planet.
I know. So I skipped ahead a couple because some of them were just meh. Number 32, who played in the 1800s, aptly named Phenomenal Smith.
Hey, there he is.
Great name.
Boring last name. I mean, why not?
Yeah. Orville Overall is number 31.
That could
man.
you could tell me that is like the alter ego of a Marvel superhero, and I would instantly believe you.
Orville Overall.
Yeah.
That's Moon Knight's real name.
Hugh High, spelled Hugh and then High.
Hugh High?
Okay, so number 26, played in the 40s and 50s, Snuffy Sternweiss.
Ooh, nice.
Snuffy Stern what?
Sternweiss, like Weiss.
Oh.
Followed up by Possum Whited.
Awesome.
Possum?
That's his name. It's not a man's name.
It's not.
It's not a human name. And then Dizzy Dean, he's actually famous and a Hall of Famer. Oh my God, Tim!
What?
Boof Bonzer.
Why do we know
Remember
that?
he pitched for the White Sox in like the 2000s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was his name again?
Boof Bonzer.
Oof. Bonds.
I feel like I remember that name.
I'm pretty sure he pitched for the White Sox. I remember him.
That's
I remember that name.
Duncan's Fiasco character's name is Boof.
Bonzer. Oh no, he never pitched for the White Sox. Who am I thinking of?
That Bonzer sounds like a familiar last name.
Yeah. We've got
Are you thinking
Wait,
of
was there-
Carlos Boozer, the Bulls player?
no.
Wasn't there someone named Bonzo Bonham or something like that? Or no, is that a drummer from
That's the drummer from Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin?
Yeah, John Bonzo Bonham. So in 22nd place we have Stubby Clapp.
Stubby.
Stubbyclapp. Buttercup Dickerson.
Jesus.
Vinegar Bend Mizell.
I'll bend
All right,
yourself.
which number are you on right now?
19. So I'll probably skip up to the 10 so that I'm not here all night.
Hey, give us maybe like the top 5 and then I'll head out.
Okay. We've got Bombo Rivera. Oh, we have a man named Bud Weiser. Moonlight
man.
Graham.
Did you get any of that?
Uh-oh, did you not hear it?
No, did he get any of that fortune?
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like they owe him some residuals.
Yeah, he played 2 seasons and got 7 hits.
Oh,
More than I would have got.
Yeah. Okay, Boot Powell is actually pretty famous. Coco Crisp.
okay, yeah.
Fair enough. Coco Crisp is a good baseball name.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So top 10. Blue Moon Odom, who's actually kind of a famous baseball player. Dickin Hawks.
Dickin Hawks?
There's no way this is this guy's real name.
Dickin? Oh, wait, the next guy?
Real person. The only Nolan. This is a real person.
Get fucked, Ryan.
Yeah,
all right.
The only Nolan. Cannonball Titcomb.
Someone
What
put
is
Cannonball down as like their application name for baseball or something?
I guess so. Cannonball Titcomb. He has a Wikipedia page.
So the only Nolan's actual name is Edward Sylvester Nolan.
Oh, okay. So it's okay. I was like, there's no way that's his real name. Okay, Catfish Hunter. People know him.
Yeah.
Yo-Yo Davalillo.
That's okay.
Rusty Kuntz.
I don't believe it is pronounced Kuntz.
I know, but for the sake of not having to censor me, I'm going to say Kuntz. Quentin McCracken.
Pretty alright.
Number 2 is Peekaboo Veach.
Ooh.
Peekaboo Beach.
Played for the Kansas City Cowboys and the Cleveland Spiders.
There you go.
And then number 1 is Oil Can Boyd.
Alright.
So I think they started the bottom of the list was better
Yeah,
than the top.
they started a little too strong. Maybe it's
Yeah,
not
Boots-
exactly tiered.
You can't start it with Boots Poffenberger and think that it's going to get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also can't place a man named Possum in the middle of the list.
Pretzel Pizzulo.
Pretzel Pizzulo.
The whole
All right.
operation is run by Pretzel Pizzulo. All right, I'll let you guys leave.
Guns.
Good guns and
Good
money.
guns.
Bunts.
Bunts.
I love to bunt.
Just guns.
Good,
I love
Guns
good
Bunts
guns.
and Bunts is actually my baseball name.
His name rhymes with Rusty Bunts.
What'd you say, Tim? Bunts, Guns, and Bunts?
Guns, Munts, and Bunts.
Guns, Munts, and Bunts, of course. Heir to the Munts and
Famous
Bunts
player.
fortune.
Famous player of the 1894 Pittsburgh Alleghenies.